Good morning, students. I am Mrs. ANANDHI, working as an assistant professor in CSI College of Education. Just I want to tell about some of the qualities of a teacher. Okay, some qualities I am going to give in this session. Apart from that, I am going to give about the roles, responsibilities of a teacher. So, teacher, we can say some of the quotes. What we can say is, I am a teacher, but not an. I am not a teacher, but an awakener. It is said by Robert Frost. That implies a teacher must be not only teach, but also a teacher must be an awakener to all the students, to everyone in this education field. Then another quotes I want to tell is, in learning you will be teaching, in teaching you will be learning. That is, a teacher has to learn till the end of the till the end of the life they have to learn until it is an ongoing process for a teacher. Teacher has to learn each and every aspect and everything they have to learn. Then one more thing I want to tell is, a teacher, how they should be in their present situation as well as in the future. Okay, that is, a teacher must have every qualities, everything they should have in each and every education field. That is, if a teacher is a full-fledged teacher implies some of the qualities they should have in their aspect. That implies we can say they should be qualified as a teacher, they must be professionally competent to become a teacher, then they must have the training, they should be a trained teacher, and in case of primary school they should have that is, they should be trained with an B.Ed degree. Then in case of an college education, they should be trained M.Ed. In case of universities and all, nowadays they should hold an PhD degrees. Apart from that, they can have this NET, SLET exams and all. They should have the eligibility nowadays they are considering. Then I want to say some of the abbreviation for a teacher. T T implies a talented person. Okay, teacher should be a talented person and tactful. Tactful in the sense, we have to say a student they should be able to they should be able to tactful. That is, they should be able to tackle the students. Sometimes even in primary cases, primary classes, secondary classes, each class, high secondary class, they have some problems. That is, in adolescent stage, girls especially they have some problems. That and all they must be able to tackle the problem. Same thing in case of primary classes. A girl child nowadays they find it very difficult to have this education, and in case of rural areas and all, parents they find it difficult to send their children to the school because of so many problems nowadays is arising. That is, a girl child is unable to go out of the home from the age of 5. They find it very difficult to go from the age of 5 because of they have so many problems they are facing in the society. Sometimes they have this problem, some case of child abuseness. Sometimes that girl child they have been going for an other schools and all in outer areas. They find it very difficult to go for the transport. They find it difficult. Sometimes health point of view they find it difficult. So these and all some of the things they have. A teacher must be very tactful to tackle all the problems in the situation. Sometimes some child may not have poverty. Because of poverty, they could not, they don't have proper food, proper nutrition in the home. In that cases and all, the teacher must give proper food. These and all they should have this problem they have to tackle. The parents, sometimes poor parents are there. In that case and all they find it difficult. Then sometimes they are unaffordable to pay fees also. Fees also sometimes the parents they should take care, and they have to pay fees also. So these and all for T, that abbreviation. T implies talented we can say, as well as tactful we can say. Then E is implies excellent or as empathetic teacher. That is, a teacher must be excellent. Excellent in everything they should be excellent. That is, in presentation, in the classroom handling, in the way of explanation, in the way of preparing TLM. A student will be observing only the teachers, how they are handling the classes, how they are excellently performing. What are the challenges faced by a teacher? These and all comes under this excellency. What are the technology they are using in that excellent? So that teachers, it will be easily judged by the students how they are able to do it, whether they are using the latest technology, whether they are implementing everything, whether the proper adequate TLM they are using in the classroom. So they should perform an excellent manner. Then third one is A. A implies adorable. That is adorable, able teachers. That is mostly teachers, they are the heroes or heroines for the children. So whenever a teacher enters into the classroom, the students, they are seeing the teacher's face only. If the teacher's face, it is very bright, as well as a teacher face is energetic, it boosts up the students also. The students also, they find it very much interesting in the classroom. That is mostly many students, they like the teachers, then only they like the subject. So a teacher must be an adorable person for the students. The next is C. C implies charming person, charming. Charming implies a very cheerful. A teacher whenever enters inside the classroom, they must be very cheerful inside the class. They should not show any anger in the face. They must be very cheerful because nowadays the students, they are coming from different family background. They have so many problems in their family. They find it difficult. They find it difficult to tackle many problems in their families, and they are coming to the classroom. Whenever they see the teacher face, if it is very much charming, cheerful, they also love the subject, they also love the teachers. The next is humble, H for humble. Humble person means they must be very humble in the sense by way of approaching the students, the way of approaching. That is, a teacher must be an approachable person to the students, easily approachable. Whenever a student finds any problem, they have to come to the teachers, they can ask, they can solve the problem. They should have that intention. The teacher can solve my problems. So easily accessible. They must be in that way. The teacher should be approachable to the students. Then only they will ask whenever any doubts, especially in case of maths classroom, maths period. The students, they find it very difficult to approach the maths teachers. But as days goes by, they will find it very easily approachable if a teacher is an humble person. The next is E. E implies encouraging or energetic person. Encouraging implies a teacher must encourage the students in all aspects. That is, sometimes what happens, some students, they will be very much achievement, they have the achievement in the academic side, but they have a drawback in the other activities. So a teacher, what they have to do is, they must see and they have to encourage the students in all the fields of course of study. That is not only curricular activities, but also they should focus on other activities, co-curricular, extracurricular, apart from the curriculum. Okay. So the teacher, what they have to do, they should focus on both the sides, academic sides as well as these curriculum aspects also. So they have to encourage, because in some cases, if a student is poor in academic side, but they may have the talent in that sports or some other thing. So in that case and all, a teacher can find out the particular person, particular boy or girl, and they can encourage the student so that they can shine in that field. Not only the academic side alone, they should not focus. They have to focus both on extracurricular as well as co-curricular activities. Then last one is R. R implies responsible. A teacher must be a responsible person. Responsible person in the sense, what we can say is, that is, in a school, they have various activities, they have various festivals, they have various days they will be celebrating. That is, Independence Day they will be celebrating, Republic Day they will be celebrating, annual days. So many days that they should give importance. That it comes under only the teacher. Teacher can make the students responsible citizens of our country. Okay, they have to inculcate the rules, regulations, and code of practice, whatever it is followed in India. So everything they have to inher among the students. They have to inculcate the values. They have to inculcate the code of practice, whatever it is followed in India. Okay, everything they have to celebrate the national festivals. That is, they have to celebrate all the national festivals, Deepavali, Christmas, Ramzan, everything they are giving importance. Unity in diversity. So they have to focus in that one. Not only that one, integration, national integration. Apart from the caste, creed, color, religion, everything they have to focus. A teacher has the full responsibility to focus on everything. That only it shows responsible. So a teacher, what we can say, it is actually an English word. It is not an acronym. Acronym implies it specifies a person that teaches you and makes you to face the real problems of a life. So a teacher must be able to face the real problems of a life. That shows a teacher. Then a good teacher, what they have to do? A good teacher, we can say, it is like a candle. How a candle, it consumes for many hours. How a candle, it gives brighten to everyone in the world. Like that, a teacher should remove the darkness of our students. Same thing, they have to, the students, they will inculcate that habit and they will follow in the world, in the nation, in the citizen, in the environment. So a teacher must, like a burning candle, how a burning candle, it consumes itself and gives brightness to others. Like that, a teacher must consume everything and they have to give whatever the values, whatever the behavioral aspect, whatever the attitude, everything they have to focus on the children. So whatever the behavior it is given by the teacher, the students, they will follow. Each and everything a teacher, whatever is doing, a child is observing. From the pre-KG, they are observing. From the pre-KG till they go for higher secondary, a teacher is observed by each and every child. Like that, in colleges also, everything it is observed. The college student is observing the college lecturer's behavior, attitude, everything they are observing. So they will follow in their life whenever it gives a positive attitude. So a teacher must like a burning candle and they have to eradicate the darkness. They have to eradicate the darkness in their life so that a child can flourish, can succeed in their life. Then some of the qualities I want to tell about a teacher. First one is knowledge. A teacher must have knowledge in the subject matter. Subject matter in the sense we can say they should update. They must have the updateness in their subject. That is, in case of language teachers, they should update in their subject. They should be thorough whatever is given in the textbook. Apart from the textbook, they must know that other technologies, other TLM, other materials, other resources, whatever it is given for the teaching. So they should be thorough with the subject matter so that they can tackle the students in a proper way, in a proper effective way. So first of all, knowledge imparts the knowledge should be got from others and it should be imparted to the students. So sometimes the knowledge can be got from textbook, sometimes the knowledge can be got from other teachers, sometimes other experts. So that knowledge, not only we should not store our knowledge, we have to give that knowledge to others also so that they can enlighten their life, they can enlighten in their activities, in their aspect of teaching wherever they are going. So these and all, first of all, that is the main important quality. The next one is, as I said earlier, approachable person. So a teacher must be an approachable, easily accessible, so that any problems if they are facing in their life, a teacher can solve the problems. That is, sometimes the problems may happen in case of the family background. That is standard of living. If it is very poor, they cannot afford the food. Sometimes even food they have problem. Then sometimes they have a problem in their fees structure. Sometimes they have the problem because of their family background, because they are maybe their parents may not be properly literate parents. Sometimes that parents may be a drugged persons. Sometimes the parents may be not in a proper position to offer food, shelter and clothing, everything. So these and all a teacher should look after. If a student, if in a classroom around 40 students are there, each and every student a teacher must analyze. A teacher must find out what is the problem in that, what are the family background, what is the life history of that student. Everything they have to analyze. Then only they can succeed about a teacher, about the students in a perfect way. The next is caring person. Caring implies sometimes what happens in the school, The student may not be in a position to bring the lunch. Even lunch they cannot be, because he may come from a poor background. So a teacher must be very caring. He has to look after, she has to look after whether a particular student has brought lunch in the classroom, whether the student is able to have the lunch properly. Everything a teacher has to look after. Then apart from that, sometimes a student may be medically sick. That and all a teacher has to look after. So proper medicine should be given. Properly they have to treat the students. Sometimes we can see some students may be very poor in their work. They may be very lacking in their studies. So why, what is the reason, they have to find out. Even in primary classes, we can see the handwriting. In case of handwriting, they will be very, very poor in writing. So that and all the reason they have to find out, and the reason should be eradicated by the teacher. Why he is writing in that way? What is the difficulty? Because nowadays even from first standard, that cursive handwriting, everything they are focusing. So each and everything a teacher has to look after. That in other cases and all we can say, sometimes in case of matriculation or CBSE or ICSE, even they are focusing this other activities also they are giving, other works they are giving, other assignments, tasks, activities, everything they are giving. These and all a teacher must take care, each and every care, and they have to see to it how they are able to write it, how they are able to focus it, how they are able to give the homework or assignment is given properly. The next is respectful. A teacher must have a quality of respectful. A student must respect the student. That is, in that way, a teacher must have the ability to tackle the problems of the student. So they should have a respect in each and everything. That is, from the morning till the end of the class, a teacher must have the respect in everything. So that a child should give respect. That also they have to see. That is one of the qualities. The next is they should be passionate for the children in a positive way of manner. That is, in a classroom, we are having so many, around 40 students. If a teacher shows a positive attitude only, the students, they like the teachers and they like the subject, as I told you earlier. So a teacher must have a positive attitude towards his children. They should not have any negative aspect. Negative in the sense, a teacher, if she shows always anger in the face, always if she is a negative way of behavior, the child will observe. So they will neglect the studying about the subject. They will neglect totally the subject also, they will neglect, and they will neglect the teacher also. So in every time, a teacher must show a positive attitude, positive behavior in the aspect of the classroom. The next one is strong rapport with the students and establish relationship. This is also one of the important qualities. Strong rapport in the sense the students must have a cordial relationship with the students. That is, a teacher, whenever if a student have any problems or anything, they must be free to come and ask to the teacher. They should come to the teacher. They must have the freeness and openness to ask any questions to the teacher. That way, a teacher must be bold enough to answer the question. Nowadays, it is a very challenging task in case of many schools. In case of matriculation, ICSE and all, it is a very challenging task for the teacher. So a teacher must be very bold enough to tackle the problems if a student faces any problem. The next is good communication. Communication in the sense, a teacher must have a good communication with the parents, with the learners, as well as other professionals. Parents in the sense, we can say in case of public examination pattern, type of students, that is in case of 10th standard or 12th standard and all, there should be a proper communication with the parents from the beginning stage, that is from the earliest stage. Whenever a child comes to the 10th standard, that implies public exam, 10th, 11th or 12th, and these and all, they must have a continuity in the sense from the beginning. That is, whenever a child enters 10th standard or 11th or 12th, they should focus on the public exam, that is government exam, and a parent should be called frequently. They should have a contact with the students and parents also. That is, a teacher, students, parents, they should have parents teachers meeting frequently they should conduct, so that whatever the improvement in the studies can be known, how far they have improved. If in case of very poor student, very average student and all, if they find it difficult, we have to find out the difficulties. What are the difficulties it is faced? Sometimes the difficulties may be family background. So the parents may be illiterate. In that case and all, a teachers must have a class, special class, apart from the regular class. That is, after 5 o'clock, they have to sit along with them. They have to give coaching for the students so that they can get more marks in their public pattern. And they should be regularly evaluated, regularly assessed, because they have so many difficulties in studies in case of an illiterate person. And apart from that, sometimes what happens, some students may be weak in health point of condition. They could not concentrate on studies in case of public examination. So that and all a teacher has to see, and they have to tell it to the parents. Frequently they have to tell, and they have to give some enrichment, nutritional values to the parents. They have to frequently contact the parents. They have to tell about their child, what type of nutritional thing they can give for the students, so that they are able to have a nutritious food, and they can concentrate on the studies in a proper manner. The next is good classroom management they should have. That also a teacher must find out. That is, a classroom also it finds a very important one in this aspect. Classroom should be and have good ventilation, and every facilities the classroom should have. Spacious, it should be spacious. The students must be sit in a proper manner. Then a teacher must be visible to the students. Apart from that, the blackboard should be visible to the students. Sometimes some students they may have a problem in the eyes. In that case and all, that type of students we can ask them to sit in the front row. These and all a teacher has to see each and everything. Each and everything a teacher has to see. Teacher's responsibility to see. This also comes under one of the qualities. Then discipline also they have to see. That is, in case of this discipline aspect, we can see it creates a positive behavior among the students. Discipline, we can tell, in case of higher secondary, high school students and all, discipline is very, very important in case of co-education schools and all. Because in case of co-education school, from 8th standard, they have so many problems among boys and girls. So these and all the teacher has to look after. They have to look after the boys, girls, how they have been seated and how they are having the studies, what are the materials they are bringing, and what are the things they are doing in the classroom. Everything they have to monitor. For that purpose, a teacher can get the guidance from an student who is getting more marks. That type of students, with the help of the students, she can monitor the student. So that discipline is very important. Before they are taking any subject or anything, they should have a disciplinary action against the student. The next is personality teaching style. Teaching style implies how the methodology, what are the methodology strategies they are following. Sometimes same type of methodology if we are following, the students they dislike the subject. So the teaching style should differ. Every period or every classroom or every subject it should differ. Sometimes we can use the traditional method of lecture method and all, and discussion method, and seminar, symposium. But sometimes what we can use is some group discussion we can give. These are some latest technologies we can use. Then we can use the internet, and we can make the students to browse, and we can get many materials from browsing, and we can have that many website addresses for the students. These and all is applicable for high school, higher secondary as well as college students. So this is a very important quality a teacher has to see. The next is identifying and meeting the individual learners. So individual learners, there are three types of learners are there: above average, average and below average. So a teacher has to see these three types of learners in the classroom. So what are the things they can do for above average students? They have to find out. Above average, they will be very quick in doing their work. So in case of maths and all, maths subject and all, maths teacher has to give so many exercises, so many assignments, so many activities. They should not make them to feel lazy in the classroom. Always they should equip them with the knowledge, update the knowledge, and they can give more number of assignments or more number of tasks, more number of activity. Then in case of below average, that type of students also a teacher has to concentrate. A teacher, what they can do is, apart from the regular hours, after school hours, they can make them to sit and they can give them some evening classes, they can supervise them, they can have some more questions, some more important questions they can make them, ask them to write for write and make them to read orally. So in case of language or maths or science and all, they can make them to predict properly in their future. Then some of the roles I want to tell is, first one is accurate records a teacher has to maintain in the classroom. So many records are there in the school. That is, they have an admission register, they have, then they have TZ, they have, then they have admission register, TZ, attendance register, then progress card, they have progress, how they are progressing. So for these and all, a teacher must submit so many records, registers or the reports or the everything they have to maintain properly. And then and there a teacher has to submit it for the verification by a HM or by a principal in case of matriculation school. So these and all every month it should be verified and it should be submitted to the management. So each and every record also they should be thorough. Whenever anything auditing or anything it occurs, they must be able to answer them. That in that way they have to keep the records properly in a safe manner. So these and all many records have been given to the teachers. Everything they have to maintain it properly. Attendance they have to take properly, as well as whenever HM or principal is asking for any registers or records, immediately they have to go and give. So everything a teacher has to follow this properly. The next second one is they must follow the rules and regulations given in the schools. A teacher has to follow. That is usually we can say time management. That is from, if a school starts by 8:30, a teacher must be, they should come to the school earlier. They have to come earlier before 8:30. These and all, it shows how they are having uh, their regularity in their work. So they should be very regular in the code of practice. They have to obey the higher authorities, higher top management. That is, in case of matriculation school, the principal will be the head. In that cases, a teacher, whatever principal, whatever they are telling, a teacher should obey the code of practice, everything. Then in case of each and every teachers, language teachers, science teachers, maths teachers, based on the timetable, whatever it is fixed, everything they have to follow. Then PT period will be there, the PT sir has to follow. So every period they should have their practices, regular practices they have to follow. This is an important one for a teacher. They have to follow. This is an important responsibility. The next one is they should develop among themselves, professional development. Professional development for the achievement of the learners. That is professional development in the sense they should equip themselves, they should develop among themselves, they should update their knowledge, they should equip. In case of as a teacher, first of all they should have that B.Ed degree. That is the professional development. Then apart from that, they can nowadays they have to write the other exams. They can write TET, already you may be knowing, TET exam they have to pass. So these and all the development they should have in the field of work. And in case of college education, they should have this M.Ed degree, then M.Phil degree. These and all they have to fulfill. Nowadays we are having even PhD degree also, net, SLET, everything they should pass. These and all professional development they should equip. They should impart their knowledge, and in every field they must update their knowledge also in the education field. The next one is ensuring development to achieve the learners, ensuring professional development. Professional development in the sense they must have the intention how to teach, how to plan, how to comprehend, how to enhance, how to present, how to evaluate. Okay, evaluation also very, very important for a teacher. First of all, when a teacher enters the classroom, they should know how to motivate the students. Then apart from motivation, presentation, and at the end, evaluation. So evaluation in the sense, so many type are there. In schools, they have some system they may have, some examination pattern they have to follow. Even in case of government exams, 10th and 12th, they have a separate 10th, 11th, 12th, they have a separate examination pattern. Everything they have to follow. A teacher has to follow. Then in case of evaluation, some types also they can follow. Even self-evaluation or the comprehensive evaluation or the CCE or the then peer evaluation. So many evaluations are there. So a teacher must have whatever the evaluation given in the classroom. The next is planning the activities. Some activities what they are going to give in the classroom. Activities in the sense we can say some technologies they can follow, sometimes some strategies they can follow, some resources, whichever is helpful for the learners they have to see. They have to design in that way. In that way they have to design so that it creates an interest. It creates an interest for the learners so that they will have a keen interest in the studies. So that also they have to see. Then it should be an intellectually challenging for learners. Intellectually challenging implies they should be a knowledgeable person for the learners. So the learners they will be seeing whether they have knowledge in the field of education, the field of their studies. Then the last one is providing learners with an reference. They must be given reference for the learners. So that materials should be provided. In case of school students, it should be provided the adequate proper material. That is, they should be given the library resources. They must make the students to go for the library for +1 or +2 higher secondary, higher classes. Then in college students, that references should be given by the teachers. Then apart from library books, we can make the learners to refer some other teachers or some other experts in their learning. If they have any doubts or anything, they can ask the experts or other educationists they can ask, other learners they can ask, and through that they can develop their professionally, they can develop, and in that way the learners can develop in that way. So at last but not the least, I want to conclude is a teacher should not only teach, but also they have to enhance many skills among the students. Three type of skills I want to tell. One is personal skills, social, as well as they should have professional skills. So to the best they have to give. The learners has to give to the best of their ability. Personally they should develop. Personal skills they have to develop. A student is looking after a teacher. So whatever the teacher's behavior, everything a student is observing. So in that way a teacher, the students can develop the personal skills. So how a teacher is doing in the classroom, everything a student is observing. So through that they can develop the skills. In case of B.Ed colleges and all, we are having this micro teaching skills. In that so many skills are there, and through many components are there, everything they can follow. And in that through micro teaching, they can go for macro teaching, and they can be expert in teaching for 45 minutes in a classroom. As a full-fledged teacher, they can do it. Then same thing, second one is social skills. Social skills in the sense, we can say they must be able to move in the society. How they are able to mingle with others. Mingle with others implies in case of a teacher, as you are going as a teacher in a school, you must be able to mingle with your colleagues, with your other teachers, with other students, parents, and with even HM or the management. So everyone, correspondent, principal, everyone you must be able to mingle. So these and all social skills. Then apart from that, in the society also, these and all it is given only by a teacher. That is, it shows a life-oriented skill. That is, the studies, it should not only focus for theoretical part, it should be practically implemented. Practically in the sense, they have to move in the society, they have to go in the society, and they must adjust in the society, adhere to the in the society. Whatever the development focuses, everything they have to give in the society. Then third one is professional skills. As I told earlier, a teacher must be professionally equipped for each and everything. In the case of school, whatever the professional they have to do. In case of college, they must be able to do. So that in that way, they should be professionally equipped. So that also they have to see. Professional skills also is very, very important. So these three skills they have to focus. So a teacher must develop cordial relationship with the students, colleagues, and environment, and they must have a positive attitude, positive characteristics in order to improve the learning style of the students, as well as they can inculcate all the activities to the students in the classroom. Thank you.